What's going on, Nerd Army? Welcome to the newest episode of Nerds Rise. Today, guys, we will continue our adventure into the world of Game of Thrones. Today, we will be doing a recap and review for Season 2, Episode number 9, titled BlackWater. So, let's get right into it, guys. So, we start off seeing Stannis and his fleet coming through the ocean, coming towards the gates of King's Landing. Now, we also do get to hear a couple of the crewmen talking, and they actually talk about how the gates have never been breached. So the Targaryens designed this place to be a freaking fortress, and the gates have never been breached at King's Landing. So this is going to be one hell of a ride, basically. So then we see Shae and her little man, her little lion, Tyrion. We get to see her and Tyrion talking about the battle to come, and she asked him, "Are you scared?" He said, "Of course I'm freaking scared. Of course I'm worried because Stannis wants to kill every single Lannister. So yeah, me included. So yeah, definitely I'm freaking scared." So then we see Cersei meeting with the Grand Maester, and he gives her essence of nightshade. Now he also tells her that one drop of this in some wine will give you calming of the nerves. 3 drops will knock you the fuck out. And then 10 drops essentially will kill you. And so she's like, "I know what 10 drops will do." You bitch. And then she's a bitch and dismisses him in the rudest fucking way. So then Bronn and a bunch of the men are singing the Lannister song in the local pub, and they're just drinking their freaking hearts out. And they're having a good time, and then they finish the song, and one of the guys asks Bronn, "Where the hell did you learn the Lannister song?" He's all, "From fucking drunk Lannisters. Where else?" And then in walks the Hound, and the Hound is just dogging Bronn out the whole time. He sits down. They kind of have a little tit-for-tat freaking argument back and forth, talking shit. And then the Hound's like, "Come on, your little lord's gonna fucking miss you," and stands up. And Bronn's like, "All right," kicks his little naked girl off of his lap, and he's like, "All right." He walks up with his hand on his dagger, and I was like, "Oh, fucking cut him. Cut his fucking head off." And me personally, I'm not a big fan of the Hound right now at this point because he's just pissing me off more than he's making me happy. So then you see the bells start ringing. Okay, so the bells start going off, and they're like, okay, basically it's Saved by the Bell, because now the two of them can't fight. They have to go kill whoever's coming to invade. They both have their duties to King's Landing, so they have to go fight off the incoming attackers. So they're going to have to put a little pin in this one for later. So Varys and Tyrion have a little conversation about Stannis when Tyrion's getting his armor on, and he tells Tyrion that he thinks that Tyrion is the only one that can stop Stannis from sitting on the Iron Throne. So it's going to be Tyrion that has to stop him. That seems pretty mismatched because he's so small and Stannis is a giant fucking beast. So then we see the drummers on Stannis' ship start drumming back to counteract the bells and kind of strike fear in the enemy. And it's a really cool strategy, and it just sounds dope. And then we get to see Sansa being summoned to see Joffrey off on his way to war. Okay, hold on. I couldn't say that with a straight face. Joffrey going to war? Little bitch. Hope someone shoots him in the butthole. So Joffrey's an extra douche today and makes Sansa kiss his brand new sword, which he has called Heart Eater. And he said, "You will kiss it when I'm done, and you can taste my uncle's blood." And I'm like, oh shit. Fuck Joffrey. So Joffrey gets up to the walls to join Tyrion and the rest of the soldiers at the walls, awaiting the ships that are on their way. And he gets up to the walls and he's like, "Where the fuck are my ships? Where's my fleet? Oh my god." And he starts fucking freaking out. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, Joffrey. Jesus. And Tyrion kind of has to check the little bitch and put him in his place a little bit. It's pretty funny. So Sansa and Cersei have another one of their very uncomfortable chats about women and periods and being a woman, and while encouraging Sansa to just keep getting drunk. It's pretty weird. Their conversations are always so fucking uncomfortable. It's ridiculous. So the fleet arrives in the cove, and as they approach King's Landing, you actually see one of the Lannister ships, just one, going full blast at this fleet, just boom, sailing right towards them at the fleet. And then it all the guys get ready, pull their bows back. They're getting ready to blast anyone on the ship, and there's no one on the ship. They don't notice till it's too late that it is dropping wildfire all in the bay and dropping it right there in the water. And boom, as they notice, they're like, holy shit, wildfire. And Bronn's already over there lighting the damn arrow and blasting it into the air. And the shit starts lighting up, and then boom, just a huge ass freaking explosion, nuking basically all those ships and just shooting embers off into the other ships and setting them on fire. It's freaking awesome. Unluckily, Stannis was not included in one of the blown up ships. His bitch ass is still alive, and this causes him to get into a fury and lead his guys into the longboats and just start rowing their boats up to the shore to start attacking. So shit's about to go down. Like, the war is going the fuck down. Tyrion, good job, big dog, for you just being like someone everyone underestimates. You rocked the shit out of Stannis' forces right there. That was hundreds of people dead. Hell yeah. So Cersei and Sansa are having another conversation because Cersei couldn't stand that Sansa was over with the other girls praying. So she has to call her over and be a freaking cunt again and just be ridiculous to her and making her drink. Just say, keep drinking, keep drinking. And she says, I'm going to teach you about the strongest weapon a woman has. It's the one between your legs, girl. Learn how to fucking use it like I do. And I'm like, damn, you are fucked up. Damn. And then she goes on to tell Sansa that, oh, if King's Landing does fall, all those soldiers are going to come in here. They're going to rape all these girls, and you're looking like something pretty sweet and juicy for one of these angry soldiers. So yeah, you're probably going to get raped too. Half of these women will have kids in their bellies, bastard children in their bellies by tomorrow. And I'm like, what the fuck? And Sansa's just like, drink. Oh my God. Stannis and his men hit land, start charging toward the gates, and the Hound and his crew just roll out the gates. Hound is literally cutting motherfuckers in half. And he warns the archer, the guy in charge of all the archers, and he tells him, if you hit me with any of those fucking fire arrows, I'll kill you myself. And I'm like, holy shit. Then he gets on the field and he's telling his guys, anyone that dies without any blood on their sword, I'm going to find you, I'm going to fuck your corpse. And I'm like, holy shit, this is going down. The fucking Hound is savage. But all the fire flying around and everyone getting shot with fire arrows, the Hound sees a big flame and he freaks the fuck out. This stumbles him big time. And so he starts walking back into the castle behind the gates while everyone, and leads all his men back in instead of getting out there and fighting those motherfuckers. He's running away. He says, give me something to drink. And this kid hands him wine. He's like, motherfucker, give me wine. And he fucking just starts pounding the wine. And Joffrey and Tyrion see him coming by. He's like, do you want something to go with your fucking wine? And he's like, fuck you. And he's all, and fuck the king, and fuck King's Landing. And I'm like, okay, the Hound, you have redeemed yourself. Fuck Joffrey. Tyrion gives a gangster speech and rallies the troops and just explains to them, you're not fighting for your fucking pussy king that runs away. You're not fighting for all these other motherfuckers. You're fighting for your family and your people that are going to get killed and raped and fucking murdered if we lose this. So get your ass out there. Let's fucking fight. And he's like, well, there's no way to go out. There's only one way in and out. He's like, I know of another way. I'll lead you out. Let's go. So Tyrion leads this crew out there to wreck all the fucking people that are trying to break the gate down. They do so. Then Tyrion turns around and sees a bunch of fucking other men coming. And he's like, oh shit. So they all start like fighting as much as they can. They're fucking getting their asses whooped. And Tyrion actually gets sliced in the fucking face just in time. His homie, his little squire, shows up and boom, stabs a fool in the back of the head, and freaking spear comes through his face. It was fucked up. Saves Tyrion's life. Tyrion's all cut down the fucking face, though, so I don't know how bad that is. But Tyrion led these guys out there. They didn't fucking care about him at all. They didn't give two shits about this guy at first. He rallied these guys to follow him, and it was awesome. And he walks out. The first guy he saw when he got out there, he chops his damn leg off. It was savage as hell. We also get to see Stannis chopping fools in half too, so goddamn, they're cutting people's heads in half and bodies in half. It's crazy. Cersei has her youngest son in the throne room, and she is terrified that they're about to lose. So she has him in there with that nightshade, and she cracks the top and tosses the lid down, and she's about to like have her son drink it so he could be poisoned rather than getting murdered by all the soldiers. And right as she's about to do it, boom, the door flies open, and it's Loras and Tywin Lannister. After they came in and wrecked everyone, Tywin comes in and says, "He's all, the war's over, we've won." And it was pretty gangster. It was kind of a gangster entrance. Loras looked like a G. I was like, holy shit, it's Loras. Fucking Loras. So my favorite part of this episode was probably when the Hound told Joffrey and Tyrion, fuck the kingdom, fuck the king. Hell yes, Hound, you are finally someone I think I might be able to get behind, bro, because before I just wanted to slap you in the fucking face. But see, that part was really, really cool. But so was the explosion with the wildfire. That shit was off the chain. That was so freaking dope. I was so pumped with that. And like I said, Loras being the first one in the gate was fucking awesome. It was hilarious. I love it. He like runs in, "I was fucking your dad's brother." So guys, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. What was your favorite part of this episode? Put it down in the comments down below. Make sure you leave your comments and thoughts on anything that we talked about down in the comments as well. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with all the Game of Thrones videos we do every week, guys. So I'm Andrew. You have been joining us for our Game of Thrones recap and review, and I will see you next time. All right, guys. Peace out.